All right, so we just wrapped up with the second game of the season between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Boston Celtics, and I'm convinced now I need to see this as a seven-game series come playoff time. I don't want it as no first round series, maybe semifinals, even conference finals, but either way, I need to see this play out because these games have been amazing so far. All right, let's recap really quickly on the first game. What is it? Donovan Mitchell and Karis LeVert both had 41, and I believe Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum both had 32 points each. That game went to overtime, and Cleveland ended up pulling the win out with that. And Darius Garland did not play. So now we fast forward to the game tonight, and Darius Garland was back, and he made an immediate impact. I think he came out and made like three threes off back. I was worried about some rust initially, but that was not an issue. He came out shooting lights out. Donovan Mitchell got off to a little bit of a slow start, but he kind of picked it up. Honestly, it wasn't a good shooting night from every star player except for Darius Garland. Everybody else kind of had an off shooting night, but still end up getting their numbers. I think everybody scored over 25, if I'm not mistaken. But this game was just a great game. I think they match up very well between the two teams. Obviously, they both had their two stars at the top. Then they both, have a great supporting cast. They have a good group of veterans on both teams. They both can go big if they want to. They both can go small. The Cavs can put who is it? Evan Mobley at the five if they want to go small. Dean Wade has been good for them. He could probably play some small ball for. Or the Celtics, which they're kind of forced to do right now. They can go and put Al Horford at the five, which they're doing now because Robert Williams is out, but they have that option. And then haven't even mentioned him, Robert Williams. When he gets back, this will be an even more fun matchup because again they'll match up a lot better because right now the Cavs have both of their bigs and Robert Williams will be starting when he gets back. So I'm sure they play again before the season is over. So I can't wait to see that. Hopefully Robert Williams is back for those games. The Cavs have managed to win both of these in overtime. So I think it might be a little bit of a different story, but who knows? It just might be an even more of a competitive game. But I'm really looking forward to seeing it. So now I'm gonna just touch on some things that I just liked, as I watched the game and kind of noticed. One of the first things is really just that both of these teams know who they are, and it's kind of funny to say that for the Cavs, but because they've just gotten together, but they kind of know their role. You watch it in crunch time, with this really being the first game that Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell have played, but they played off of each other so well. When there is big shots to take, if one of them has it, they're taking the open shot. If one of them has a mismatch, they're giving it up to the other guy. There doesn't really seem to be an ego between the two, which is kind of crazy considering they just got together and they haven't played. This would really be their first full game together because Darius Garland got hurt early in the year with an eye injury, like a few minutes into the game. But yeah, watching their team, it's crazy to watch. You would not know that this team has not been together, but 6 or 7 games. Evan Mobley and Jared Allen don't seem like they get discouraged on defense when they're not getting shots. And even if it seems like they've gone a while without a shot, Darius Garland or Donovan Mitchell are finding them on a roll or finding them on a lob and getting them involved in the game. Jared Allen, he stayed locked in regardless of how many shot attempts he was getting. He got big blocks at the end of the game. Evan Mobley is, when his number is called and they need him to step up and play five, or they need him to switch out on a guy on the wing. He's doing it all, and they have no ego about themselves. Who else? Kevin Love. Kevin Love comes off the bench. He gives you his 20 minutes and comes in and knocks down some shots. Makes some good passes. Does a lot of veteran things that you need a player like that to do off of your bench. They're gonna get Ricky Rubio back at some point. He does great as a point guard off the bench. Then you go over to the Celtics side. They got Marcus Smart. They got Malcolm Brogdon coming off the bench and Grant Williams coming off the bench. They got a lot of good pieces, and I just really appreciate that. A lot of these guys are playing the game the right way. Both of these teams have no ego. They go out there, they play hard. For the most part, they play the game the right way. At least by today's standards. And it's refreshing to watch. There's no antics. You don't. I didn't watch this game and see too many antics and too much chirping back and forth. It's just guys going out there playing to the best of their abilities and letting the chips fall where they may. But yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to this series kind of continuing. seeing them play again. I'm pretty sure they probably play two more times against each other because they're in the same conference. At least I'm hoping that they do because both of these games so far have been fun, regardless of who's been on the court. And I really do hope we get this as a 7 game series in the playoffs because I will be glued to every single game, and I'm sure that the series is going to go 7, and it's going to be good basketball all around. But that's it for today, man. Get in the comments. Let me know what you thought about the game. If you watched it, what were some of your takeaways from it? And don't forget to like and subscribe. And appreciate y'all for watching. Until next time.